Where are we going, old man? Do you see that structure there? The one shining with a strange light. Began glowing at the exact moment those towers rose from the ground. I would think such a place would house some sort of treasure, wouldn't you? Treasure for the paraglider? A fair exchange, I believe. Alright, let's head off these shrines then. Huzzah! So these shrines are going to be our main collectible, as it were, in this entire game. These shrines are going to be like bite-sized dungeons. They're going to have a gimmick. All of them are going to have a gimmick to a certain degree. And depending on that gimmick is really depends on what is the flavor of the day, as it were. And it's going to be different for everything. But these 4 shrines that we're going to come across is all of the tutorial we're going to be getting for the game. Because this entire isolated plateau is a tutorial. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you know, you do know if you have the DLC installed, you can see these EX chests here. This one will give you a ruby to start off. Rubies are good for selling, but they also be good for other things too. Once you get to a shrine here, it will activate. We'll activate the shrine. And any shrine you do activate indicates a warp panel. So you can reduce backtracking down significantly by these shrines. Travel gate register to map. As stated before. And I do believe that this wording here is Sheikah. And it is, I think it translates to dungeon entry, I think it is. Almost everything that the Sheikah has in store is going to be here in some fashion. It can be translated. I do believe they did like reference like 80s memes and whatnot, like you hear your bass and whatnot. Which is actually kind of funny on Nintendo's part. So, yep, our so-called shrine, the Amoeba Shrine, is going to deal with us with our first rune. For you that sets foot in this shrine, I am an Amenau. Today with the Grail is Hylia. I present this trial to you. The Magnesis trial. This is the only time where this is going to happen, where you see this little pedestal here that'll get you a new rune. Because these 4 shrines we're required to get to are going to be our main tools for the game. Nothing more and nothing less. It's kind of limiting on that front, because you think that, oh, we only have 4 items to choose from. Well, let's say that. We have our Magnesis. Anything that is metallic-like, weapons or enemies otherwise, or, boxes, rocks, or anything else magnetic, we can now move with ease. This is the rune that's probably going to get the least amount of use. I know that's odd to say the least, but after I was playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which is still a fun game to be fair, don't know about it, but that Magnesis rune barely gets any use. It barely gets any use in battle. I think of all my time playing it, I have rarely ever used that rune. I use more of the bomb rune because it gives me results. We have ourselves a mini guardian scout. Our first basic enemy guardian. These things go down with no problem. There's nothing to worry about that. But again, there'll be harder guardians in the future, both airborne and bigger than us, which is going to be a big pain in the backside, especially if I die to it on the first try. Come up here, we can Magnesis a chest, so anything that's out of reach that's metallic, you can grab it, which really makes it really nice. Traveler's bow, that's our 3rd bow. Grab this, pull this around, like so. And we get our first We get to our Sheikah monk. Let's touch this right here. Oh, whoa. We have proven to possess the resolve of a true hero. I am Almanaru, the creator of this trial. I am a humble monk, blessed with the sight of Goddess Hylia, and dedicated to helping Ragnar Calamity Ganon. With your arrival, my duty is now fulfilled. In the name of the Goddess Hylia, allow me to bestow upon this gift upon you. Please accept this spirit orb. These spirit orbs are gonna be our lifesavers. They're basically they replace pieces of heart from previous Zelda games. They are a symbol of courage to give those who have overcome challenges of a shrine. May the goddess smile upon you. After this initial scene here, I am going to be skipping all of these. So bear that in mind, folks, because over 120 of these things, yeah, it's going to get a little repetitive. So I think it's just better we can skip those if you don't mind. It saves me time. Oh! Where's the sound? Old man! How'd you fly from over there? It seems you've managed to get your hands on a spirit orb. Well done. How did you know? Clairvoyance. Oh, or perhaps just something similar. As you get old, as one gets older, it can be more difficult to see what is right before one's own eyes. However, that which is hidden from view can often be crystal clear. But perhaps this is not true for everyone. Oh, the appearance of those towers and the awakening of this shrine. It's all connected to that Sheikah slate you carry on your hip there. What do you mean? It has been quite some time since I've seen that Sheikah slate. Long ago, a highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these lands. The great power of their wisdom saved this kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago, or that's said. It's interesting, however, to think how something like that survived all this time, hidden away in a shrine. These shrines are tucked away in numerous places across this land. On this plateau, I believe there are still 3 more. Bring me the treasure from each of these shrines, and I will give you my paraglider. That wasn't the deal. Oh, well, I suppose I changed my mind. I'm sure that won't be a problem for a young go-getter like you. Since I'm feeling generous, I'll teach you a trick for fighting shrines. It's always best to survey the area looking around from a high point. Let's see here. How about we make your way to the top of that tower again? Are you joking? Oh, I am afraid not. But do not worry. I have another little trick to share with you for your effort. Take a look at the map of your Sheikah slate. See those blue icons? You should recognize the cave where you woke, the shrine you came from, and the tower. Yeah, what about them? You can travel instantly to any of these places with the Sheikah slate. Or, so I've heard, quite some time ago. I do not know if it actually works as such. Oh, well, let's do a teleport. How about that, huh? Yes, we can now fast travel. Fast traveling is going to be the quintessential way to get around the map. It is going to be a fun little adventure, folks. No doubt about that. And the old man got here before us. Well, I guess the internet connection for Hyrule is kind of slow. I'm surprised it took you so long to catch up with an old man like me. How did you? Oh, even old man his secrets. Now then, I want you to join me up here so you can see to a vantage point to search for shrines. Did you know about the scope on your Sheikah slate? No. Look through it, and you can stick a pin anywhere you like to mark on the map. Okay. The pins on your map serve as reference points for your travels. Just stick a pin anywhere you're interested in. How do you know? Experience, wisdom, instinct? Call what you will and believe it is only so please. Go ahead and take a look if you feel inclined to do so. Alright, let's pop this bad boy on. Oh boy, and you can still fall off the map. Bear that in mind. Let's see. There's one right there. Let's see. There's one right there. And there's one right there. And now we must get down off the tower. And I say, I don't want to climb down again. Travel away! And that's the only reason to make you go back up this tower is to get those things. We'll go after the one that's closest to us over there on the left. That one does indeed hold a guardian. Hopefully I don't die to it. That would not be good. I don't want to die to another guardian. I wouldn't want to. You know, that is going to happen sometime in this playthrough. Don't misunderstand. It's going to happen, folks. This is what the game is death and respawn. Luckily, the game has a lot of auto-save points, so you're going to not be too far back if you die. I want this. I think that's... Oh, that's another treasure chest. Yes, please. What's in here? An opal. Not bad. We got money to sell as soon as we find a merchant. I love it how when the I love it how when Nintendo was like saying that this place was, you know, was part of the world, as part of the demo, they said like, oh yeah, this is part of the total experience of the Breath of the Wild, is that we've removed all the villages so you don't get any spoilers, even though this area is technically the demo area. So there is no other, you know, there was no villages, no nothing here initially from the start. It was kind of a nice little play they did there. Hey, you! Die already. Booyah. You will notice that there is not much of the music in this game. I, for one, have been a little kind of mixed on it. I usually really like the game's music. But it's just that it's weird how that the lack of music can technically, you know, add to the whole experience of everything that the game has to offer in some fashion. We're gonna head up this way. Now, okay, there are save. You know, the game auto saves at any time, but you can save anywhere. But I do believe anytime you save, it's gonna pull you back to a auto save point. I think. Don't count me on that one, but bear that in mind. We'll see Guardian remnants. If you see anything that's Guardian related over like a pool of water, a rune that we're going to be getting very quickly, very soon, will most likely allow you to pop those things off the ground. That is I know that is an active Guardian. Oh, this is going to be fun. Alright, come on, baby. Let's see if I can pull this off. Yeah! There we go! That is going to be your best weapon. That is the best weapon to do against Guardians early game. It's just to reflect their laser right back at them. So much fun with that, folks. So much fun with that. It's going to be your best way of doing things in this game in particular. If you want those good, like, Guardian tools or Guardian stuff, you're going to need to take down the Guardians using their own lasers. Let's go after our next shrine, shall we? Again, this is going to be the bulk of the playthrough, so if anyone watching, because again, for those watching on YouTube after the fact, this is being streamed live on Twitch. So I'll most likely be talking to users of Twitch in the background whenever a question or things appear, because we're going to need a lot of tangents, folks. Because there's only so much I can talk about without, you know, going to ramblings and jumping down and, you know, kind of doing a lot of kind of forgetful stuff. So I'm always up for discussions anywhere, anytime. So we now have our next trial. We have the bomb trial. Again, we've already seen this initial cutscenes and everything, so I'm just going to skip redundancy cutscenes from the time being. So this is our bomb rune. We get two runes for this, which is actually quite nice. We get a round bomb and a square bomb. Both of them have their uses. A bomb that can be detonated remotely. The force of the blast it can be used to damage monsters and destroy objects. They are both round and cube bombs, so use whatever one best fits the situation. Cool. And now we can switch runes now by holding down the L trigger and, oh, no. It is up on the D-pad, and now we can switch bombs. The other rune they don't tell you about is the Amoeba Rune. Now, you can't technically use the Amoeba Rune until you get off the Great Plateau. The Amoeba Rune is as such. If you use any Amiibo that you have currently with you, you can use them to get drops. You can only use 5 Amiibo once per... You can only use up to max 5 Amiibo once per day. And that is going to be the kicking point. If you have a Zelda Amiibo of any kind, then you will be getting more of that. You get more Zelda drops. Essentially, more Zelda weapons, items, and gear. If you use any other Amiibo, like, say, the Mario Amiibos or whatnot, then you are going to be getting probably just drops. Maybe a random weapon in that format, so bear that in mind. Trying to find, like, the Orchid of Time Amiibo is going to be a fantastic thing to do. Only really because last time I checked, those Amiibos are now like $50 online. And that's a little much for an Amiibo. I don't think I'm willing to pay $50 for an Amiibo. I don't know. It's a plastic toy, to be fair. It's a plastic figurine. But as for me, though, I am not... again, and also the fact that some of the items in the game are exclusive to the Amiibos. So if you want some cool weapons or cool gear to make yourself look cool... Because again, Link can wear multiple different clothing. This would be not technically the first time this happened, though. I do believe they experimented it with Triforce Heroes for Link to try out different outfits, see what would do it, and I think that's what influenced this game. Because again, I will say this: everything that's happened in the Zelda series, this game takes reference towards. So bear that in mind. And it's pretty cool because again you can get like there's places like Lon Lon Ranch. There's like the Dueling Peaks for from the original Legend of Zelda. So again, there's a lot of stuff to see and do. It's just you gotta watch out what's gonna be happening for you. And to be fair, folks, this is how interesting this game is. This game's story is, for the most part, completely optional. You don't need to go after the story. Like, as soon as you're done here with the Great Plateau, you can go immediately over to Hyrule Castle and take down Ganon. You certainly get your back end really kicked to pieces, but still you can do that. I think current speed records, speedruns of this game is clocking, I think, around the 35-40 minute mark. Maybe even smaller. Which to me is insane. But these speedrunners, they have basically mastered the game. Right, come on, baby. Booyah! Oh, I'm so glad I got that patent down. I usually don't get the shield bash. The shield counter down on the first try. I do believe that there is another EX chest somewhere nearby, which is also part of the DLC bundle. Let me see if I can get up here and see if I can find it. Get up here. Oh, it's over there. Now again, these DLC chests only appear if you have the DLC installed. So we're gonna get a Nintendo Switch shirt, which undoubtedly you can get in the Wii U version as well. So it's too bad there's not a Wii U shirt, but it's kind of nice. The shirt's not technically very strong in defense-wise. It is a T-shirt after all, to be fair. We get some Agent Springs. Now it's kind of weird that these, when you select these Guardians and whatnot, is that the pop-up screen saying you've collected a new item right off the bat. You know, it's like, no, we didn't. No, we did not. We did not collect a brand new item. We collected this item before. I just wish you could blow those up. Now, they are part of the environment, so they can't be destroyed, technically. Unfortunate as it sounds. We're going to need to get up there, but it looks like we're going to have to go brave the cold. So we're going to have to find some way to get some meat and some fish. That is what we're going to have to do. Alright, at nighttime, stall enemies will appear. And they'll most likely drop their arm and their, drop their arm as a way to make an attack. Stall arms are not very durable, but they do pack somewhat of a punch. So bear that in mind, folks, as we go on for this game as well. What I'm wanting to do is to head over, I think that's a... Yes, over here, I think. I think I'm heading the right way. I'm gonna grab these apples. Apples are delicious. Have you ever... I still like the red apples. Red apples are the bomb. But Hyrule is all about apples, and if you want to know, that's a reference towards, not only because apples are the most common food in Hyrule, it is that Link's technically favorite food is apples, by technicality. If you want to go buy the Link to the Past manga. This old man's diary. Ooh, let's read it. On this desolate plateau, the only pleasure that brings me comfort is cooking. And today I outdid myself. Truly, I created the perfect dish. I call it the spicy meat and seafood fry. This recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm, even when traveling in the snowy mountains. With this dish on my side, I will no longer have need of that itchy, warm doublet. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but I seem to have forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contained the raw meat and spicy pepper. However, I simply cannot remember what else I used. My age is catching up to me. Sadly, on this lonely plateau, I've only had my own knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I would happily reward them with my warm doublet. However, it seems unlikely such a miraculous visit. A wish will never be fulfilled. So that's the way how you learn how to use cooking. We have a spicy pepper. All we need now is a piece of meat, and we need to find the other ingredient, which is a fish. Fishes are going to happen everywhere in the world, so bear that in mind. A pot lid over here. That's another shield for us. No. Yeah, we have to watch out for that. Wooden weapons can basically catch on fire, as it should be. But also at the same time, wooden weapons, if they're on fire, their durability is going to go down quite fast. So we have to watch out for that, too. So we need to head... we need to find a lake of some sort. Yes, there is a lake. We can warp up there. Can we actually warp up here? Yes, we can. Let's travel up here. This will make it a little bit fast travel for us easier. Because we need to get up to the other two shrines, which are up on the top of the mountains. So if we can get that warm doublet, we can actually access the cold region. This would be a first for the Zelda series, that temperature is now affecting you. I haven't mentioned this till now, but you know, the bottom right of the screen shows your map, as usual. You can change this map, I believe, to say always north, so you're not get confused when you rotate the camera. But also you can see on the on the left there is your temperature gauge. The temperature gauge essentially tells you what is your current, if it's too hot or too cold. If it is too hot or too cold for Link to walk around in, you will lose hearts. Bear that in mind. So, with that said, you can get back up here, and the old man got here pretty fast. Jordan, how goes your endeavor to explore the shrines? What are you doing? Oh, I'm just feeling a chill. A warm fire can do wonders for a weary soul. A campfire is a wonderful place to pass the time. Staring at these flames is easy to lose track of the hours. Bah, they're normal ramblings. Feel free to relax here as long as you like. Yes, if you go up to any pot that's on fire, or just make a campfire of your own, you can indeed basically pass the time. And we're going to fish the fastest way we can. Like so. We want one of these. A Hyrule Bass. Who needs a fishing pole when you have bombs at your disposal? Essentially, to blow stuff up for you. Because again, thanks to these bombs being runes instead of actual bombs from bomb flowers and whatnot, you can actually ignite them anywhere. So it's actually quite nice. So water is not a threat to your bomb placement anymore, which is great. Awesome. I love that. Just be mind though, the runes can also damage you. The bombs can hurt you, so bear that also in mind. Okay, now we've got that. We got the fish. All we do now is a piece of meat. Looks like we're going to have to pass the time a bit. Oh no! Link, get up there. There we go. If you do run out of stamina, you still can attack. You just can't move fast. Which is unfortunate. Now we could go after I think we have to wait until daytime for the animals to actually start rustling around. At least for the animals that we want. I need to get that. Our makeshift axe cutting. Because again, you can cut the trees down with weapons, but that again reduces your duration. As for time, we'll sit to noon. Stay here till noon.